Hello, everybody. Welcome to Chat with Ela. Grocery prices are completely out of control. Yes, I agree. So let's listen to what some people have to say.
1 pound of ground beef is now more than the federal minimum wage, guys. How crazy is this? And how far are they going to let these grocery prices?
It is absolutely crazy, and it is getting scarier and scarier.
Prices get before they realize that regular people can just not afford this crap. Right now, let's do a comparison. Let's use a couple big chains at where I live. I'm on the West Coast. So we've got Albertsons, we've got Vons, we've got Stater Brothers, which I think is kind of like a West Coast thing. All of those are about twice the price of an Aldi, a Walmart, a Winco, a Safeco, or a Heb.
And it's the same product, but like everything else, the brand and non-brand items in comparison are very, very pricey.
Or a food for less if you have that. So I will tell you that of all the places that I'm shopping right now, Aldi happens to be my favorite. And no, they don't have everything. And Aldi is like the great value brand at Walmart. That's all they have in the whole store is the Aldi brand. So there's not as much selection, but I like a lot of the stuff that they have there. So I did a price comparison out here. Stater Brothers, which is down the street from me, has amazing butcher department. The meat department is great. So I went and bought my weekly groceries there, $240. Next week, compared it, same level of groceries, $170. The price for 1 pound of ground beef.
Yeah, so different stores, different prices. So we have to be really selective and, try to get the best bargain at this point.
Why is it that nobody is talking about the fact that the more people we have on SNAP collecting benefits, the higher grocery prices get for everyone? Under the Biden administration, before he took office, there were only 17 million Americans receiving SNAP benefits. After he left office, that number skyrocketed to almost 43 million people. That's 1 in 8 Americans. And we know for sure that some people who are not in our country legally were also receiving SNAP benefits.
About SNAP benefits, it's very, very confusing, and I don't know if the fact that a lot of people on SNAP benefits have to do with price hike, but I don't know.
And here it is. Yes, there is evidence that increased food stamp spending can lead to higher grocery store prices for all consumers. And this is because of increased demand and inflationary pressure. And there were individual studies that said, so a study mentioned in the search results, which analyzed data before and after the Great Recession, found that a 1% increase in per capita food stamp benefits was associated in a 0.8 increase in grocery store prices. Another study suggested that a 27% increase in SNAP benefits in 2021 was linked to at least a 15% increase in grocery store prices. Why?
This is very interesting, but it's hard to understand. SNAP benefits were cut for the month of November, and I don't know what people will do who depended on them. And we shall see if, in fact, the cutting the benefits will lower the grocery prices in coming days. We'll see.
What's up, America? Food stamps and the price of groceries. So I have a question about food stamps and food prices and profit at grocery stores. So are food prices higher because of the overuse of food stamps nationwide? Do companies make shitloads of profit they shouldn't be making?
Yeah, so that's the same problem. And we really don't know for sure because there are, different information everywhere.
A trip to the grocery store is costing Americans more. A new report out today shows that inflation is ticking up. So why is the president saying the opposite?
Grocery prices are way down. Groceries are down. Now, as you know, groceries are down.
Yeah, this is very interesting. They are not down.
We've gotten prices way down for groceries.
For a deeper dive on this, let's turn to CNN's Daniel Dale. So, Daniel, what are the facts here?
The fact is that these claims are just not true. It wasn't true when President Trump claimed earlier this year that grocery prices.
Or maybe those were AI generated and it's not the true video they're showing us.
Prices were down. It's not true now. And we know that because of the new Consumer Price Index report released this morning, which showed that from August to September, grocery prices increased again by 0.3%. That followed a 0.6% increase from July to August, which was the biggest jump in 3 years. They're also up 2.7% from last September.
A trip to the grocery store is costing Americans more. A new report out today shows that inflation is ticking up. So why is the president saying the opposite?
Yeah, very interesting. Like I said, there are so many different channels of information. So we shouldn't really believe everything we hear or everything we see. But as a consumer, I can tell if they're up or down because I go grocery shopping and I buy necessary items and everything is becoming a luxury. For example, now November is supposed to be a persimmon season and I love persimmons. There are, have tons of vitamins and they're just so delicious. But guess what? How much one is? It's almost $2. And I had to splurge and buy one persimmon for $2 and I'm going to cut it in half and have half of it later, half of it next day. It is a luxury. It's so amazingly ridiculous.
Well, people are complaining that the prices in grocery stores have gone up, and our president is saying that prices went down. I'm a nerd, okay? Call me a nerd. I have receipts from June 2024 right through today.
Yes, if we compare, if you save the receipt, I just recently found the one. In comparison with grocery trip to even, it was Walmart, last October to October 2025, it's considerably high.
Is your grocery store cheating you?
Imagine picking up an item on sale only to be charged full price at checkout. That's exactly what Consumer Reports says is happening at Kroger.
That's another problem. So we really have to be vigilant and we have to look at the tag, at the price tag, and if you have coupons, digital or paper, and of course bring it up at the checkpoint. Pay attention to every item you buy.
Stores across the country.
Kroger got caught repeatedly overcharging shoppers for items that were advertised for less. Here's an example. Allison, a mom in Ohio, bought pizzas for her family because they were supposedly on sale. She got some minced garlic. It was also on sale. But she ended up getting charged 25% extra for the pizzas and 60% extra for the garlic. Apparently the sale was over, but Kroger hadn't updated the prices on the shelves. This wasn't a fluke. This happened so many times that Allison filed a complaint with Ohio's Attorney General. And she's hardly alone. Hundreds of Kroger shoppers in at least a half dozen states have complained of deceptive pricing.
Actually, it's not only Kroger store. It happens very often in different stores. And out of 100 people, maybe 2 will see and bring it up at the checkpoint. The rest of people, they just trust what the tag says. They pile up their grocery baskets, and at the checkpoint they don't really pay attention to everything what's going on. That is a problem. That's actually is fraud. Oh my goodness.
Why is no one talking about the real reason why groceries are still so expensive? The cost of groceries has gone up 25% since the pandemic. 30% of that has been driven by just 5 categories: beef, chicken, produce, beverages, and packaged foods. Meat processing, packaged foods, and beverage industries are highly concentrated in a few companies, and they've been raking in record profits. Research found that corporate profits accounted for 53% of the rise in prices. Just listen to one CEO explain it himself.
And the package pricing strategies, even though there was some pass-through on the inflation, it's all been about earning the price, but yet delivering on the volume, which was a core part of the strategy.
In other words, figuring out just how much consumers will pay.
To save money, buy less packaged foods, beverages, and beef, and buy more pork, seafood, and produce. Why is no one talking about the real...
Yes, it's all very confusing. And again, we don't know if that is the truth or not.
I'm at Walmart right now. Tell me if I'm tripping, but the price of meat has significantly gone up. Like, are we dead serious right now? Like, are we dead ass?
This is really high. Absolutely crazy.
Is this real life? I am so shocked. Like, I am so shocked. Is this real life? This is expensive.
Yeah, we thought Walmart has decent prices, but no, everything everywhere is going up.
I'm at Walmart right now. Tell me if I'm tripping, but
It's Wednesday, so it's almost time to go do grocery shopping. It's almost time to go to the supermarket. So the anxiety is coming on. And then after supermarket, I have to book a therapy session every single time I go to the supermarket.
Yeah, really stressful. So I think we kind of mentally now have to get ready for grocery shopping. We have to plan ahead. We have to compile a list. Oh, it's empty now. But we have compile a list of the items that are absolutely necessary, we must have in our fridge and the cupboards. And then see if there's any leftovers to indulge ourselves. Like sweets really help me to feel better, but the chocolate is so expensive. And a piece of cake, like a little piece of cake, let's say carrot cake, is $6, and it was $1.99 at some point. Oh my gosh. This doesn't work.
Grocery prices are out of control. The cost of eggs and milk has skyrocketed. Some stores are even using dynamic pricing, jacking up the cost over the...
Dynamic pricing, yeah, that's another new thing they coming up with. So ridiculous.
The course of a day, depending on what they can get away with. It doesn't need to be this way. I'm Zahran Mamdani, and as mayor, I will create a network of city-owned grocery stores. It's like a public option for produce. We will redirect city funds from corporate supermarkets to city-owned grocery stores, whose mission is lower prices, not price gouging. These stores will operate without a profit motive or having to pay property taxes or rent, and will pass on those savings to you. They'll partner with small businesses and nearby farms and sell at wholesale prices. The job of city government isn't to tinker around the edges while 1 in 4 children across our city go hungry.
Very nice commercial. Well, good luck with that. And I hope whichever city this person is a mayor of will really benefit, and maybe it will apply to other cities. I guess we'll find out.